The GoRuck GR2, specifically the Dyneema, the X-Pack, the 1000D, whichever model you find yourself, wax canvas or whatever, it's worth it. My bottom line up front, especially the made in America models. I don't know if any of these are made in Vietnam. I know most of these are made in America. If you're trying to figure out, is the GoRuck GR2 worth your money? Yes. Go for it. Make your purchase. It's going to be expensive, but go on for it, make your purchase. But if you want to know the things I do and don't like about this after having it for 2 years, let me just give you a rundown on it, give you a suggested loadout, and give you more about it. This one specifically is the 26-liter variant. So one thing about this is that if you're going to get it, I recommend get it in the 26-liter. I think it's the best. If you try to get the GR1 in the 26-liter, I think it's too big because they have to make it taller. If you try to get the GR2 in a bigger situation, I think it gets too fat. I think this is the best way. And mine's pretty loaded out just to show you what a 26 liter is going to look like when you load this bad boy out. So the GR2, depending on what, some models have different, subsets. Some of them have moly in the front. It really depends on the materials that you get. Mine is Dyneema, right? So it's about 15 times stronger than steel. It's similar to X-Pack. It's just a little bit different makeup. Here, all of them are going to have this slash pocket in the front. Slash pocket is when you have your bag really full. It is going to be difficult to keep anything in this front slash pocket. Right now in here, I just have a little bit of pepper gel. And then we also keep a little bit of cologne in here. Just in case I want to top off the smell that I got going on for that day. But it's not going to be anything that you're going to be definitely going to be able to put something in here and get easily. Here's my first critique of the bag. This is where you should have put a key leash, GoRuck. You should have put a key leash in here somewhere so that I can get to my keys very easily. It's not in there. Kind of is what it is. Sticking kind of towards the outside of the bag before we even jump further inside. This is where you're going to see the padding for the back, which is very well made. And then you're going to see the bomb-proof laptop compartment. Right now, I have a 15-inch HP laptop in here, and it fits in here just fine. So this thing can easily consume a 15-inch laptop, no issues whatsoever. The only second complaint I have about the bag is to get to that bomb-proof laptop compartment, you have to move the shoulder strap out of your way a little bit. It does get in your way when you're trying to get in there quick. What I've learned to do is just quickly take it off, throw the shoulder straps out the way. That's how you get in there very quick, just letting you know that, okay? Here's a big old positive. See these big old beefy, macho, in-your-face shoulder straps? These are the best shoulder straps I've used on any bag, just any of them. Okay, I do have a CT tactical bag coming in that I'm looking forward to trying out to see how do those compare. They're great. Next complaint about the bag: you should have gave me a chest cinch. You have to buy that separately on their website. You're going to get a chest cinch and add it to one of these moly areas in the front. Lots of areas for you to connect your stuff, but you're going to have to buy it yourself. It doesn't come that way, and I get it. Some people like to just kind of do their stuff how they see fit. All right, so you can see that the 26 liter does have a basic makeup of 2 compartments, and then at the very top they do give you a different color zipper pull up here because you do have just one little hideaway pocket up here, which is going to be really good to keep like some sunglasses. I keep a hair tie up here. This is where I also keep like headphones, earbuds, stuff like this. I just got done taking this on a trip to Cleveland. Family of 7. I had 3 iPads in here. Just this thing was fantastic on an airplane. Fits easily underneath the seat in front of me. Had no issues about that. You want to see a God tier actual grab handle? This is like second best grab handle I've ever experienced. The only one that's better than this, in my opinion, is Brown Buffalo. They make some fantastic grab handles that are very hard to compete with. I mean, here's a Brown Buffalo grab handle. I think theirs are just a little bit better. Brown Buffaloes are but they're neck and neck. This is going to be subjective, okay? But I'm a big fan of Brown Buffalo's grab handles. All right, so that's basically the outside of the bag. Of course, it stands up on its own. You can get the models that have moly on the front. You're going to have this front area. Now, mine does, instead of AquaGuard zippers, I'm glad they went with the zippers that just have a flap over them, which gives you a layer of rain protection, right? But you don't have to worry about that AquaGuard protection. This protection right here, you don't have to worry about this disappearing you know, it's just protecting your zipper, and you don't have to worry about that coating wearing down over the years. Okay, so I can appreciate that. You're gonna notice when you get these bags, initially it's gonna be hard to work the zippers. Mine's 2 years in, mine are easy to work, but just giving you a warning about yours, you're gonna notice that's something that's you may not be a fan of. You're gonna have to work it out. You got a pocket up here, you have a see-through pocket back here. Similar footprint, a pocket up here, and then another see-through pocket in front of it, okay? So, have an SSD drive in here, but you can put whatever you want to in there. So let's talk about this area right here. This is a little bit of organization inside. I'd keep a battery bank so I can charge cell phones, a pair of earbuds in here. And then over here, we keep a little bit of hand sanitizer. And then there's an empty area in here if you wanted to throw a charger or whatever you wanted, a pair of gloves. Easily can get that in there. Every single zipper pull on here has these very well-made zippers, great YKK zippers, just really good, okay? This here has a little bit of GR2 branding on there. I like that. And then you have, you know, I have some dude wipes in here, some wet wipes. But one thing I would say, whatever you put in here could make the bag lean forward. This is a self-standing bag, but you still want to balance it out well. I forgot to talk about the loop patch in the front. Okay, you can put whatever patch you want. It comes with an American flag patch to kind of match the colorway of the bag. I don't know if all of them come that way, but that's how mine came. Up here in this zippered pocket, I decided to really not put anything in here, mainly because I didn't want to take away from that front pocket. Remember I told you that front pocket's hard to manipulate when this bag is full? Yeah, if you put anything here, it's gonna be hard to get anything in there. But the zipper pocket behind it, the mesh pocket, I like that both of these pockets are mesh because you can easily see if whatever item you normally keep in there, if it's missing, you're gonna be able to tell immediately. And they did a smart thing. The zipper is over here for one, the zipper's over here for another one. So it's less likely that you accidentally open up the wrong one. So this is where I keep my notebook, so I can have that if I need it, pull it out. So you might want to keep a change of clothes in here. It's just all sorts of little different things that you can keep in here very, very quickly. This zips up. And then let me show you the main part of the bag. If you're getting good content out of this video, hit the like button. Helps bring me more videos like this. It lets me know that you're enjoying stuff like this. And then we jump into the main part of the bag. Now the main part of the bag does do a full clamshell opening, but you can peek it open if you want to, especially if you have stuff inside. But you got that full clamshell opening, and depending on how you have everything stacked out, it can lay flat. Mine, I have a lot of crap inside, so mine's not quite laying flat. If I really want to, I can go full opening and clearly see what I have inside, which is what I'm doing right here. So I love the way that they deck this out. Plenty of room down here for whatever. I have my Orbit Key Tech kit, so everything that I might need if I go to a coffee shop, if I go to work or whatever, everything I need in here to make sure my devices are up and running. Then I have my premium EDC pouch, mostly for cigars. This is where multi-tools are, things that are in my pocket. I have videos on both of these on my channel, so if you want to know what's inside of these kits, you definitely can check that out. Just a sneak peek of this one. You know, this is where I keep the multi-tools and just anything that I might need that's not necessarily in my pocket. And then my tech kit is anything that's going to be needed to keep my devices going, my cameras going, you know, all that type of stuff stays in these kits. So another area up here you're going to see is a big slip pocket, which could also accommodate, I think, to a 16 or 16-inch laptop easily. I have an iPad Pro in here, an 11-inch iPad Pro, just to show you what that would look like. Above it, you're going to see Molly panels. Now, I do have the GR2 filled pocket, which is specifically designed to go up here, which you could put more stuff inside. But if you use the GR2 filled pocket, one thing I've noticed, you don't get easy access to the slip pocket behind it. So you have to think about the priority, because you can kind of pull it hard and kind of get in there, but it's not easy to get in there. Mine's out right now. It's in a Pelican bag. It is what it is. So over here, you do have your model. I have a zip over here. I have the Apple Pencil for my iPad. And then that's it. So whatever else I wanted to put in here, I could very easily. I think there might be a key leash in one of these zippered pockets, but I'm not really sure. I just know I wish I had that key leash in the front. You have another mesh pocket that goes to full length here. And this is where I normally keep a change of clothes. So if I get super sweaty at the gym or if I get dirty or whatever, I have a change of clothes for myself. If I don't need it for myself, I'll put a change of clothes in here for our kiddo. So if we're going to be going to a theme park or somewhere long, a 3-year-old, she's basically potty trained, but everyone has accidents. So I'll do that. Then I keep a poncho in here just in case it begins to piss rain. I prefer to keep a poncho than an umbrella. That's just how I have this decked out. But you could probably stuff an umbrella in here. It will go in here relatively easy. And this has the full zipper features, as I mentioned earlier as well. So you can zip this all the way up. Now, what are you going to see is missing from this bag? There's no water bottle pocket. That's another con for me. It may not be a con for you. It is something to think about because some people really care about just having their water bottle pockets, their water at the ready. So that is something to think about. Now, those are kind of like my cons. My biggest con when it comes to this bag is the price. GoRuck sent this bag to me a few years ago. Now that I own it, could I see myself paying over $300 for it? Yes. If I've never touched it, never watched a review of it, someone just sent me the website and say, check this bag out, I would think they were out of their mind, okay? I'm just telling you, this one specifically is made in America. I think this is dead stock item. I don't think you can get a Dyneema version of the GR2. But if you can get an X-Pack, I would say check it out. Wax canvas, definitely check it out. They just make really good bags. Another thing about the Scar is warranty. Great warranty on these bags. Another thing, let's just say, for instance, you have this bag for a while. You decide, you know what? I really, really wish I had this, or I really, really wish I had that. You can send this into GoRuck. You have to talk to them first. Say, hey, I love this bag, but can you add a water bottle pocket? They'll do it if they can. They'll add a water bottle pocket. You decide, I like the Dyneema version, but I really wish I had a Molly on mine. Send it in. You can pay and have that stuff added. So that's also a benefit in my opinion. And another thing, last thing, that for me particularly is a pro, some people don't like it, I'm glad it doesn't have the quick release straps that some of these companies do on these bags. This is a bag that you could technically ruck with. I've never had an instance where I want to quickly get a bag off my back and I want to just snap it off and throw it on the ground. Maybe you have that from time to time, but that's not anything that happens to me. Let me show you what it looks like on my body. All right, so I'm 6'2", 226 pounds. Congrats to me. I've lost 20 pounds in the last month and a half. So here we go. The GoRuck GR2. Fantastic bag. Does have some competitors that you might want to check out. Some number one thing I always think about, the Brown Buffalo Concealed Pack 21. They say this is a 21 liter. This clearly sits like a 25. This thing can easily fit 25 liters in it. I like the Brown Buffalo a lot. Costs less money, and it has a lot of functionality. I think that if you were comparing these apples to apples, I would probably get the Brown Buffalo, although this is now made in Vietnam. They all used to be made in San Diego. Most are made in Vietnam. Some are still made in San Diego. So that's something to consider. So this is the GR2 by GoRuck. I think you should check it out if you've been thinking about it. And I think the GR1 is better for an everyday carry. This is a good mixture between I think the GR3 and the GR1, because this really does work as a travel bag. The GR1 really does work as like an everyday piling around, taking to work type of bag, but I don't think it's going to be the best. Well, at least not for me. I'm a heavy traveler. So that's something you have to think about. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If it's not the first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.